So today we really want to, first of all, just welcome you for being here and joining us here in this space. But we really want to talk about, what the Soul Sister podcast is all about, how it came into existence, and really what you're going to walk away with every time that you join us each week.
Yeah. So Soul Sisters for us is very sacred because both of us, she's licking her lips at me. Like, this is how our relationship. She forgot we're on video. Okay, so you're not used to this, obviously.
I hate myself now.
This episode, bear with us. We have no idea what we're doing yet. However, we do know what it is we want to be doing. And we want to be inspiring women to be their most authentic selves through relationships, through unmasking and rewriting the stories that they once told themselves, to have better relationships and to foster better relationships with other women and to be able to live a life of purpose. And I think that's where our mission has begun. But during this process, it has been also finding who we are as friends, but also as individuals. And both of us have gone through very transformative journeys of resilience and change and really understanding who we are at the core and being completely okay with who we are. Not just okay, but loving ourselves in every capacity we can possibly do. Our kids are sitting with us in the room right now. It is December 31st. It is New Year's Eve. And our kids are hanging out with us. And usually I think I would be the one being like, I don't know about this. I can't be myself around my kids because what will they think of me? And I think this year has really taught us to be ourselves. Right, Lily?
Exactly.
You want some wine?
I'm just watching your kids right now. They just had a moment of wanting to beat each other's asses, and Skylar kept it so under wraps and contained. Hey, respect, Skylar. The best director.
Yeah, you are the best director.
So, okay, first of all, I really want to actually share a little bit about how Sherry and I met, right? Because, we refer to each other as soul sisters. We're starting this whole soul sisters movement, and really wanting to share that level of friendship and community and support with other women like yourself. And I think it's really important to share a little bit about how we met and really how we grew to become so deeply connected and to be able to call each other soul sisters. So first and foremost, her and I, we've never ever been the type of, I guess, people who let people in, right? We always have really close little circles. And I think that just for so many reasons. And I know that we're going to share on so many topics throughout the podcast of so many things that are going to speak to you and help you through your journey. But I think part of our journey has been learning how to let our walls down and to really trust and allow other people in, right? And I think that's been a huge part because her and I, when we first met, it was really us being pregnant at the same time that brought us together.
Bring our kids down.
Really close together, right? We will. And that allowed us to build a friendship, to get close. And as we got
trust each other, I think that was the hard part. Because I feel like both of us didn't really trust people easily. I didn't make a lot of friends that I trusted because of, I guess, all the things that have happened as a young girl. You always make friends. And sometimes, those friends you think are once friends have done something that have made you feel like you can't trust anyone. And, those are the years that actually shape the belief that you have in yourself as a woman growing up. As a teenager, right? We go through all of those stories that have been programmed in our brain. And I think after we met, it was almost how they say you know when you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. It was just you know when you know. And I remember both of us going to Vermont and we went on a family vacation, and we had just known each other for not even that long. We had a newborn baby at the same time, and we had been very close, but it was our first trip together.
I think it's probably a year and a half into our friendship.
Yeah, but it was our first trip together.
Slow little increments of getting closer to each other, right?
Slow moving.
Yeah.
Slow moving friends. And then I remember we had a little bit too much bubbly. Yeah. And I said to you, you're my best friend. And what did you say?
I was like, my best friend too.
I'm so embarrassed.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It was that moment. It was a movie moment for sure.
Yeah.
And I think from then on, you would think it's all rosy and rainbows from there because you're best friends. But the closer you are, the more you have to learn about each other.
Yeah.
And the more boundaries you cross with each other
Yeah.
too. So it's like you got to learn how to, one, communicate with each other, and then coexist in the same environment for long periods of time, which is
True.
very hard
Damn.
because both of us like space.
Yeah, and we're so similar, but yet we're different, but we're so similar too, and we're so alike. So it's like it brings me back to like the cottage trip. Oh my gosh.
Let's not go back there.
That's another episode.
We won't tell it.
But
anyways,
here's the thing that I feel that is the most important and relevant thing to share here about you and I as friends and this whole soul sisters is that I think always that the both of us have always like longed to have that best friend to really be able to share life with, to be able to like support each other, to lift each other up,
no
to
judgment.
be able to exactly. And to want the other person to succeed as much as you want yourself to succeed. And it's like we long for those friends in our lives and they don't always come. Like they don't always like not everybody is always blessed to have those friends in their life. And I think that through our journey share, we've really been able to learn how we've been able to like come together as best friends, but also to be able to like share the journey of life of like learning and growing and like walking, stepping, running. Life is tough. Life has its challenges, but like the biggest thing I've always that I know and I'm so grateful and blessed is that no matter what I'm going through in my life, in my journey, that I always have her to call up no matter what. It doesn't matter what time of day, what time of night, whatever it is that I'm going through, I can always count on her to be able to lean on for support for anything. And she's also the person that I can call any time of day, night to like celebrate the things that I've been able to achieve in my life and her to be just as excited as I am and vice versa. And I think that that is like such a beautiful friendship, partnership, relationship that you can have with another human being, right? And that you can share with another person that you go through life with. It's like having that friend to go through the ebbs and flows of life, to be able to grow with, evolve with, to be able to change with, and for them to be able to accept you and understand you and to not judge you as you change and evolve as a human being. Because sometimes when we evolve and sometimes as we go through life, there are people that we have to leave, right? Like there's people that like leave you or you have to leave them because it's just when life changes and when you change, right? But like, to have that friend who is there with you, to grow with you, to change with you, to accept you, even if at times you're growing a little bit faster than they are, or they're growing a little bit faster than you are, they're always there. And I feel like that is what I'm like so grateful to have with her. And I know it's mutual and it's that is soul sisters.
Just trying not to cry.
Isn't that why we have soul sisters? It's to be able to bring together women to be able to experience that.
Listen, I wish every woman could experience that kind of friendship because it is something that is not false. It's not fake. It's not, there's no ego. There's no judgment. There's no, I've got to like impress someone else or fit in to someone else's circle or to be, in someone else's presence. I have to change myself to be in your presence. Like that's how friendship used to work. I don't think that's how friendship should work. And I think that's why we're so bonded is because I can fully be myself with you. You can fully be yourself with me. And even flaws and all, we don't judge each other. We might call each other out on our BS, which is totally acceptable because we take it. We take that with like, you know what? I trust your opinion because you care about me. Not like, I'm doing it to hurt you. It's like, I'm telling you what I see. And so we see each other's perspectives from an outer side, from an outer point of view, from a different perspective. And so when you can put yourself in your best friend's shoes or your soul sister's shoes and you can give her advice, you're also learning something in that process. It's very like transformative in that sense. So I think that soul sisters came from both of us having that experience together, but also having the same motive of like inspiring other women to be themselves, to not have to fit into these conventional boxes or these social obligations or expectations of what it is to be a woman or what it is to be liked or what it is to be a good friend or a good mother or a good sister or a good daughter. You know, this is like being a woman doesn't have to be as complex as we have made it to be. It's just about finding your people and learning about yourself, loving yourself, and being true to who you are, no matter who you're around. And if you find that one person you can be around all of the time, I mean, minus the, staying in the same like cottage for like more than 24 hours before you need your space, then you will, but then there's ways around those things, right? You have to learn each other. You have to learn each other's language, what is your language? And so Soul Sisters is not just about friendship. It's about actually loving who we are and fostering those friendships or those relationships that truly align with who we are. So,
but I also feel like, and to add to that, Shara, is like the journey that we've gone through together. It's also highlighting the things that we go through as women on the journey, right? From childhood, teenage to early adult to adult. Like we go through so much and we experience so much and we learn so much. But at the same time, we also understand how lonely and isolating and challenging that can be as a woman. And especially when you don't have someone like a girlfriend, a close girlfriend, a friend that you can learn and grow and evolve with during those times. It can be very, very challenging. And we've been so blessed to be able to learn so much of those things together on our journey. To your point, it's being able to share that journey. First of all, recognizing and understanding that we as women, we all go through it, right? We're all so much more similar than we are different, but being able to provide a platform where we can build a community and support each other and really like shine and grow and rise together as women. And so that you don't feel alone, so that you feel seen and you feel heard and you feel understood of what you're going through and who you are and what your story is, and being able to create that community and that safe space for women like yourself. So I think that,
and I think a big part of our movement for the Hey Soul Sister podcast, but also Soul Sister retreats and Soul Sister movement is all about sharing other women's stories. And we know that every woman has a story. We have a story, which we're going to share in another episode separately, because we both have stories that have made us who we are. And I think you do as well. I think at the end of the day, like we want to create that safe space for women to be seen and to be heard no matter what. Oftentimes that's actually all of the time, that is all we want. We just want to be seen. And why do we hide behind masks? Is because we're afraid of judgment. We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of what people think of us. My kids are laughing in the background and it's okay because I am who I am. And if they don't accept it and they laugh at me, it's all good. Okay. Well, teenagers, okay, not cool. But anyway.
So the biggest things that you're going to be able to walk away from by tuning into the Hey Soul Sister podcast every week is hearing other women's inspiring and empowering stories of being able to overcome challenges that we as women go through on a daily basis. And maybe some of those challenges will be different from what looks like the challenges that you're going through. But at the end of the day, just knowing that you're not alone and that you have other women in this community to be able to hear from, to learn from, and to really grow in your journey. We're also going to have events and retreats. And we're going to be bringing on experts and guests who are going to share their experiences and tools and strategies to really help you on your journey. This is going to be a safe space for you to really like learn and grow and evolve, but also to be able to have tangible resources, tangible actions that you can take in your day-to-day lives.
And we can't wait. We can't wait.
So excited.
So like we did mention earlier that we had 2 little babies when we met, and we were both pregnant at the same time. And that's how we kind of related on topics, all the women stuff we don't want to talk about. So we should introduce our kids that brought us together. They're 9-year-old.
They're 9 now.
And so
we were pregnant when we
were pregnant, and she was supposed to have a girl. The doctor told her. I didn't find out what I was having, but I was manifesting a girl. I ended up not with a girl. and she ended up not
Not
with
with
a
a
girl.
girl.
So we both have two boys who are literally best friends who play Minecraft together every single day because that's normal for that age.
Who are trying to bribe us with 5 sheets
We're
to have
trying
a sleepover
to
tonight.
bribe us with $5 so that we could sleep over on New Year's Eve because today's New Year's Eve and we're all hanging out. So we want to introduce them. Come on over.
Come on over. Carson and Gabe.
Guess which one? Whose is whose? Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see them. So one is mine and one is. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, that one's mine for sure. That's the director, but you can.
Our director.
So which one is Whitley's and which one's mine?
Which one?
Can't
Which
tell.
one's who?
I think they can tell. Will the right child stand behind the right mother? I don't think he wants to be my child. What?
Gabe wants to be my
Gabe,
child.
come here. Where are you?
He's behind you.
Okay, so do you guys have something to say to our audience? Do you have something nice to say to them? Do you want to say hi? Hello. You don't talk like that.
Oh, hi. Welcome to my schoolhouse. We got interrupted and you might get a
Okay, we're out. All right, guys. We will see you guys on the next episode. Okay, we'll see you, Soul Sisters.
Bye.